What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on? Girl, first of all, what's going on? Okay. Baby, it is some shit that just went down for the past 2 days with this Saucy Santana shit. A particular account that a lot of people that I follow, and I did follow. I still do. But they got exposed like a motherfucker. And I was really like, and mind you, it was my tweet that popped it off. Because the person quote tweeted my tweet. All I asked was, I'm sorry, y'all. All I asked was, what prompted people, what prompted them, somebody to go and look up Santana's old tweets or whatever? Like, just what happened? What I wanted to know what set it off. Girl, he tweeted some shit back. This person is to call me Dollar Two, and y'all heard me mention him before. And baby, that exposed the fuck out of him. And I'm been sitting here this whole time just looking at everything like, wow. I didn't know this, but shit, wow. Okay, because I don't know how long I've been following. I don't think I've been following him that long, but I didn't. All I seen him tweet about is music. So, wow. Anyway, I feel some type of way. It was my tweet that popped it off. Oh my God. And now he didn't deactivated his Twitter account. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, moving on from that, I just had to put that out because it was literally on my man. Because I just seen the shit popped up again on my timeline. They was like, he did. I said, damn. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, okay? Meanwhile, we here for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get back on track, y'all. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 6. Don't be sea salty, okay? So it was cute. It's always cute when I see they throw the little blurbs up and we see what the people are doing with their families. You got Sonya and Deuce talking to Aaron. You got Candy playing around, trying to do some little homework with Ace, and he's speaking in Chinese and everything. And that was cute. Then we get Sheree. Girl, Sheree. First of all, Marlo and Kenya was on the phone, and they was trying to figure out what they gonna do for Sheree. Because did you hear what happened to Sheree? Of course, Kenya heard what happened to Sheree because Sheree's the one that called her, whatever, and told her what was up when what happened. Baby, Sheree really allowed herself to get on this goddamn TV and be played by a fucking jailbird, a jailbird. Okay, inmate number 9784366B. Okay. I said, Sheree, you on the wrong show. You need to be on Love After Lockup, all right? Because we can cut up over there. We can cut up over there, and I can go in on him for you, okay? Because, baby, what in the desperation is going on? You should have been let Tyrone ass go, okay? After all these years, you was his secretary, working every day of the week. You up here doing all this stuff for this man, and this man couldn't even show up. And it ain't even about the part that he couldn't show up. It's the fact that you called her in the morning and you knew she was coming and you said everything was cool, but you didn't call her back to say, babe, this not gonna happen. This is what's going on. Or if you couldn't get on the phone, text her back. You blocked that bitch. That is fucking realizing that you blocked. Girl, that is a hard wake-up call. You be like, what? Why am I going straight to voicemail, okay? And you call from another number and you pick up on this one, huh? So you block my ass. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway. Sometimes when toxic being don't pay off. Moving on from that. Girl, she up in the room. Little Tiara come up in there. And she said Tyrone tried to call her. Actually, he did call her the next morning. And, when she did answer the phone, he was like, so what's up? I said, wait a minute. I know she felt some type of way, but my thing is, I probably would have did the same thing. Oh my God, this is why I'm by myself. Listen, because at the same time, I was just like, first of all, Tyrone, you should have you should have called her that night. You should have called her that night. And ain't no reason in here. If you can call her that morning, it wasn't nothing stopping you from calling her that night, okay? And letting her know what was going on. You let this lady sit here thinking something was wrong with her, that she did something, or whatever. If this fake or not, I really don't know. I really don't care. I'm just going along with the story. You know what I'm saying? It's the common consideration. You know what I'm saying? You inconsiderate ass inmate. That was fucked up. And then she said, I'll call you back. Now, see, Sheree, this is where you messed up with me. You shouldn't have answered the phone in the first place. After he didn't call you when you was there in Philly, and then he didn't call you later on that night, you shouldn't have answered that damn phone right then and there because that's too soon. Oh, you want to play games, bitch? I'm finna play games with your ass too. Okay, I'm not finna answer this damn phone. And honestly, that would have been my last. That would have been my 13th reason, bitch. I'm hanging up. I'm blocking. Okay, we're not having any more communication, And then her daughter was like, well, we need to get you out because Sheree said she ain't been out the house ever since this happened. I said, girl, what? I mean, you was really in love with him like that? She was like, I mean, I don't know, because I ain't ready to move on. You don't stop loving somebody just like that when, they do you wrong or whatever. And y'all, duh. Duh, sometimes you break up because you need to break up, even though you still love is not enough. You can love them all that you need to and all day long or whatever for your whole life. It just don't mean that y'all supposed to be together. And you and Tyrone ain't supposed to be together. Sheree is too goddamn fine to be selling herself so fucking short the way that she do. Damn, she be making me mad. Okay? Meanwhile, we get over here with Kenya and Drew. Now, girls, they being fake nice to each other. They trying, I ain't gonna say fake nice, but it came off a little fake because it was like, it was the voice. Oh my God, look at you, Lady in Red. So how were everything? Yeah, I got a little cough or whatever because Brooklyn had a little cough from school. And she did. Yes, oh my God, me and Brooklyn and my daughter, we have to get together. I was just sitting here like, can we be a little bit natural? Can we be a little bit more natural? But I will say this. I like it. I like the fact that Kenya ain't really starting shit like that. And I like the fact that Kenya is, giving this girl another chance, okay? Because Kenya was on that bitch ass last season. And by the end of the season, it was deserved. It was deserved, okay? And it was understood. But, so they get to talking. Little Brooklyn, they wind up staying in New York a little bit later. Brooklyn was able to stay with her dad for a night. And, Kenya had a little tread or whatever about that because she was a little anxious about it because it was the first night her staying with him by herself, and I love the fact that she keeps putting out there that she don't want Brooklyn not to have a father in her life. She just wants to give her what she didn't have, and that was a mother that loves her. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all remember Kenya's story, that shit was fucked up. The way Kenya pulled up to that lady's house and that lady looked out the window and said nothing. Baby, you would have just had me just to know that you really not wanted. Baby, that would have just killed my spirit forever. Anyway, so that's a strong bitch for that right there. Moving on from there, they get into talking about Candy being there at the New York thing or whatever, and Kenya keep putting out here like, girl, we didn't know that we was supposed to have our couples and stuff like that. And they keep on replaying it that Candy did say, if you got somebody, bring it. And you even said, I might bring somebody or something like that. I said, now, King, you probably got a short-term memory. That's what it is. We're going to chalk it up to that. Meanwhile, Drew, thanked her for being her voice at that moment at the dinner when she called Ralph out, and Kenya even said she wished she would have gave Drew a chance last season because she's seeing that they have a lot in common, especially with their marriages and how their men treat them, So Ralph really was a trigger point for her. And, like I said, Kenya did better than me because she did the mature thing by apologizing to Ralph for being too harsh. In her opinion, I honestly don't feel like she was. And Drew it looked like Drew don't feel like she was either. Drew was all the way here for it, but he triggered her, and I understood. She couldn't say what she wanted to when she was with Mark because she probably felt like she was stifled. You know what I'm saying? And he shut her down all the time, and he was just rude and ignorant with her. And so she sees now that she out that situation, the stuff that was going on that she was allowing to go on, and she don't want it to go on with somebody else's relationship. So she had to speak up about that and take up for the girl. And Drew was here for that. Meanwhile, they get to talking about the whole situation with the vibrating panties, and Kenya wasn't here for that. Understandable. And she was talking about something at one point. Sonya was talking about to Aaron, oh, it's too much. I said, wait a minute, what? This the one that was gung ho about it. Okay, but baby, they get on to Sonya. apparently Sonya got this mommy nation thing that's happening, a photo shoot or whatever that's going on. The girls really don't know what it's about, but everybody was invited, and Kenya asked Drew, so you going? She was like, listen, I was invited, and then I was disinvited. I said, now Sonya, first of all, Drew said, listen, I just don't know what's going on with her. I just feel like she's not being loyal. Now, I know y'all probably heard her, Sonya, on the Speak On It with Candy, and she basically said her and Drew were not friends. And I'm sitting here like, see, I need y'all to stop this. I need the people on these reality shows to stop this. I understand that you're trying to bring people onto the cast when another cast member leaves. So you bring another person on the cast and you try to make it seem like, oh, this person was friends with this person and that person is bringing them onto the show, and then come to find out they're not really cool, because we saw this with Portia and Fallon. We thought they was good girlfriends, and come to find out, no, I'm just fucking your man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now Sonya saying Drew, Sonya on the show because Drew was her friend. At least that's what was told to us, okay? But now Sonya is saying a totally different tune. No, we were not friends. And I'm sitting here so like, what? Y'all ain't friends, but you call that bitch to come pick you up when you got into a car accident? That's a friend right there. I mean, maybe it was just convenience, okay? So Sonya, you kind of throwing me for a loop, and you know I like Sonya. I like Sonya a lot. Mind you, bitch, when I found out Drew was coming onto the show last season, I was here for it, because y'all know I love me some Drew Sidora. Bitch, Shot-Town, you know, I thought she was fine as fuck. She was one of my crushes. Girl, disappointed the fuck out of me. Now, Sonya, I knew about you, bitch. I loved you, and now you just... Why do they do this to me? Okay, I'm holding out hope, but baby, it's just like, what is going on? You know, she said she sent her a text message basically saying that she don't think this event is the right place for them to have a conversation. And I'm like, what conversation needs to be had? And then Drew talking about something, she not loyal. Now, how long y'all been friends? See, and here's the thing, people throw around that friend word too loosely, okay? Because just because we talk a little bit don't mean that we automatically friends. We're acquaintances. We're associates. We're getting ready to know each other. We're co-workers at this point. We're not friends. So why do I have to be loyal to you? But at the same time, y'all need to put the boundaries out there. Put your, what is it? Is you is or is you not? Okay? And then Kenya had to say, oh, she was talking about drop it like Drew. I said y'all was talking about it too. But see, Kenya and them, they did it in her face as well. So, I mean, that's that. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, shit, here we go. A bunch of mess about to happen. But I do like the fact that Drew and Kenya are getting along for right now. Love. Oh, not love. Married to Medicine coming back next month, child. We've been waiting, bitch, and that shit look like it's gonna be bomb, okay? Like it's gonna be real good. People gonna be fighting on there, like, for real. And I'll be like, why y'all old asses up here fighting? We ain't got time to be doing that. We too mature for that shit. At least one person on that is not, and y'all already know who I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on from that. So we get into, Mommy Makeover, Mommy Nation. And what Mommy Nation is, because we find out that, Miss Sonya, she invited Candy, Kenya, and Drew, but she disinvited Drew, as we already knew. And basically what it is a blog space, and that she came up with to help deal with, mother issues and things like that, so that people can have a little community to go to where they need to ask questions, where they need advice and all this stuff or whatever. Mommy Nation. Understandable. She was telling Candy, we got 800 blog posts, we got merch and things like that. And she want them to, take pictures in the merch, okay? So that it can go on the Black Friday sale. Kenya got that bitch. Now, first of all, Sonya told Candy about, Drew not coming, because she said that I felt like this just wasn't the environment for us to have a conversation about things that happened. And I'm like, honestly, I mean, if it was just y'all there, I mean, you could have did that, but I feel as though you should have learned I hope she learned her lesson and do it like a one-on-one or whatever, because that's what Drew thing was. Why would you wait to tell me how you so-called feel and not just tell me when I'm by myself instead of doing it in front of all the girls? So maybe that's what it is. And if that's the case, I understand and I take that, okay? Moving on from that, Kenya get there in her dress or whatever with her purse. And she said, so yeah, y'all gonna you ain't bring no jeans, you ain't bring no, you supposed to be modeling. Well, bitch, you ain't tell me nothing like that. I didn't. No. And I'm sitting here like, huh? So you told Candy, but you ain't tell her? Girl, Candy said Kenya don't do shit without being paid for first, okay? They ain't doing it without a check. And I said, you know what? I wholeheartedly fucking agree. Bitch, okay, you're not gonna use me for free labor. We ain't even friends like that yet, but all right, I'll let this one pass. So she go back there. They go get changed. They get their little jogger sets on. They got the sweatsuits. They got the hoodie. They got the pants. Everything. Candy and Kenya look good, okay? But Kenya, bitch, am I really starting to like Kenya? Because I just felt some type of way. I don't know. It's like seeing feminine girls, feminine women, and they dress down in they little sweats or whatever, or they had their jeans on and they had a like almost, it's almost like a tomboyish androgynous type of feel or whatever. That be so fan to me. But see, I ain't really attracted to studs, but I'm attracted to that. Bitch, Kenya was fan. I don't know what it is, y'all. I mean, she ain't never been ugly, but you know, she really looked good up in what she had on. Candy did too. But it was, I think it was the hair and the way that it was swooped over. That's what it is. Anyway, bitch, you know, hell. Somebody gonna say, now, Ashley, where this come from? Because you ain't never been this nice to Kenya. I ain't never been mean to the bitch. I mean, I ain't never been mean to her. See, look at that. Don't, I gotta catch myself because somebody got offended because I called Beyonce a bitch in my video. Mind you, she knows. But I'm just saying, like, girl, anyway, the woman look cute. So they sit there talking or whatever. And you know, she told him about the fact that Drew not gonna be there. She probably the only one that's gonna get a little feelings hurt, but she gonna talk to her at a later date. You know, she's inviting everybody over to have some Jamaican food, meet her family, but they're not going to her house. And I said that's a good thing because they would have tore that house up. Okay, you saw the way that they talk shit about everybody's house that was unfinished, especially Sheree. You know, and Kenya ass up in there too. All right, so listen. That's your best bet because when we first saw that house looked like a goddamn construction site. And it's like, this seems hazardous to have y'all up in there. Okay? She said they still getting the furniture in. And, you know, her parents been there for the past 2 months. They talked about Sheree and her mama living there. And, you know, you got Drew and her family or whatever. So I believe they all coming over. And eventually, Sonya gonna talk to Drew. Okay? But Kenya had to tell her, did y'all hear the shit that happened with Sheree? Bitch, that motherfucker left her out there in Philly and all these pictures coming out there and she looking beautiful as shit. I said you had to hype your girl up. You had to hype up for the bad situation that it was. But yeah, left her ass out there looking stupid as fuck over this man. I said, damn, that's fucked up. So they finna have this little event or whatever to get everybody together and to see how everything is. I said, okay, cool. So, yeah, we get to the day of Sheree's little event. Now, this is what I didn't mention because Kenya was telling Marlo what was going on. They was on the FaceTime earlier in the episode, and you know they knew about what happened to Sheree, so they wanted to cheer her up. So let's give her like a shopping day. You know, eat some junk food or whatever, because you know a lot of us when we get depressed, when we get sad or whatever, we go straight to some ice cream and some some junk food or whatever. So that's what they wanted to do for her. So you got Marlo setting shit up in the house. She got the personal shopper on deck. She said she got a direct line to Fendi. So we finna put a whole bunch of Fendi items and she finna be shopping in the house or whatever. And then we gonna have a little bit of junk food and stuff. You know, that's cool. And I was like, all right, that's nice. Marlo said she doing what fucking Tyrone should have been doing, okay? And I said, yeah, treating his woman right. That's what he should have been doing. But then they also, I remember they was talking about when they was at the photo shoot. It was like, well, and I just want to know this. Why not Kenya, but Candy keep on trying to imply that Tyrone may be fucking around with somebody else. Granted, they did bring up the fact that Sheree hasn't given him none. We don't know how long it's been since she has not given him any. I know she did say that they were abstinent, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not gonna put it past anybody, but why keep putting it out there as if like you want some issues to happen, or as if you want that to happen, or if that's automatically? It's messy. It's messy, Candy. It really is. Okay, y'all talking down on the girl relationship, and she already going through some shit. But moving on from that, I mean, Sheree did the same thing. Probably done the same thing throughout the season. So I guess tit for tat, what goes around comes around. I don't know. So moving on from that, Kenya was supposed to be there to help. Kenya FaceTimes Marlo saying, listen, girl, I ain't going to be able to come because I'm sick. Whatever going on. She remember the little cough that she had when she went to go see Drew, and then she went to the mommy nation, and after that, it just came full blown. So she not coming. Marlo said the bitch looked like she got a full beat on, and so where the fuck she going? You look good sick. That's what she said. But Drew came over there with some eggs, and she was gonna help her make some cupcakes, which is kind of like, whoa, because you and Sheree literally just got into it, but I guess y'all cool now, or you're letting bygones be bygones. I said adult. Okay, cool. So at this point, they bring up the whole thing that Kenya not going. She was like, yeah, that mommy makeover, mommy nation situation, because Kenya had said, the reason why Candy and her got invited was because, Sonya said she felt the closest to them when they was in the trip in New York. And then, when Marlo was talking to Drew about this, Drew was surprised that Marlo wasn't there. And Marlo like, I mean, I know I don't have kids, but she has nephews or whatever, so why she couldn't come? And honestly, everybody's not obligated to come. It's her right to not invite whoever. It's her right to invite whoever she wanted to invite. But that probably would have been a good event or a good little situation for Marlo to be there. But then she probably would have made the shit messy as well too. So who knows? But she felt some type of way about that. Then Marlo instantly went to, what is it? Because they got more followers. We live in a day and age that everybody is worrying about goddamn followers and clout. Like, girl, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Like, what? Why would your mind go straight to that? Huh? Anyway, of course, Drew already feels some type of way about Sonya because she disinvited her, and, she declined her offer to come to the event because, listen, you literally just disinvited me after you invited me a week ago to your Mommy Nation event, and now you want me to come and be around your family and be around everybody else, come to another event. No, and I'm on Drew's side with that. Like, girl, we'll talk about this shit later on. Now, once we get through getting whatever issue you got going on with me, because it's Sonya with the issue. Okay, let's be clear about that. Whatever issue Sonya got going on with her, when we talk about this shit in private, then we can go ahead and go back and see if we can be cool and all this shit. And then I'll come to your event. But until we clear that shit up, I don't feel right coming to your shit after you just disinvited me. Like, why you invited me here when you just disinvited me the other day to your event? Literally the next day. So I said, yeah, you didn't want to talk to her about the situation at your the Mommy Nation. It was just a couple of y'all there, but you wanted to have her come to your, around your people so y'all can talk about it then. Please don't talk about the shit then in front of everybody. Now, see, Sonya, I was trying to give your ass the benefit of the doubt. Like, bitch, we gonna talk about this shit at a different time and not in front of everybody. But, girl, I don't like the way you moving right now. It's a little weird. Okay? And then she up in the grocery store with her mom, and she telling her mama about everything that happened because, of course, Kenya had to tell her that, Drew said that, she don't have a mind of her own. She's being a little follower and all this shit. And she was like, the mama was like, with all the shit that you accomplished, she said, yeah. At first, did you hear when Sonya said she don't know about this Drew situation? Did she say she didn't know she wanted to have her come to this the little get together? Because then it didn't make sense if that's what was said, because right after that we hear her reading the text message that Drew sent her saying that she won't be coming. She don't think that it's good that she comes. Okay? And I was like, what? She said, they up here talking about Sonya this, Sonya that, and you're not gonna see the real Sonya. I said, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute, bitch. Don't come for me for my accent. I don't know where it came from, okay? I tried, and I butchered it, and I ain't gonna ever do it again, okay? So y'all ain't gotta fucking worry. But, bitch, Sonya, what is going on? Is it really that deep? Drew ain't even taking that shit that serious, but you up here, you ready to fight the girl. Like, oh my God, you're making a newbie mistake. Oh my goodness. Like, you didn't watch last season and see what Drew did? Come on, you're following right down the same footsteps of making these rookie ass mistakes being on the show. I just don't understand. I'm gonna just stop liking people and wait till they get on the show to judge, because fuck. It's not that I don't like her. It's just that I'm not liking the way that she moving right now. Like, what is going on? This doesn't make no sense. Meanwhile, Sheree up in the house talking about something. She love these chips. She just doing nothing but snacking. And she just don't know what to do with herself. And I said, now, girl, you really just pour that little amount of potato chips on the towel and you eat it one by one? Bitch, we eat out the bag when we depressed, okay? We don't pour on no damn paper towel, you know? And so she get a phone call from Marlo, said, bitch, get your shit ready. It's a car outside. We finna pull up, okay? And I said, oh, she said, listen, oh, it ain't no Bentley. It's a regular car. I said, now, Sheree, beggars can't be choosers. All right, stop that. So it's Sheree get in the car, they blindfold her, and Marlo gets her out the car. And before that, Drew had to leave because this is for single girls only, But I will say that whole situation was a good look. That probably was one of the nicest things that Marlo has done for anybody that I've seen in a minute from her, besides taking in her nephews and the way that she feels about them. And given that Sheree and Marlo had their little topsy-turvy history, they reenacted their little scene or whatever that they had a few years ago. And, she did the little personal shopping, and Sheree said this cute and all or whatever, but I thought I was finna be gifted something. I ain't know I had to pay. Mama pays $11,000. Okay. But after that, they went up in the kitchen and you saw the cake, and it was like, I love me, I'm a queen, a diva, and Marlo sitting there having that conversation with her and just told her, listen, you gotta want more for yourself, because ain't no way in hell you gonna let somebody have you stay out there in Philly and looking like a black Barbie, as if you nobody, treating you like you're nobody, which he kind of did, because why? Why would you do that? It's like he deliberately wanted to embarrass her or whatever. I don't know. Y'all will put the backstory in the comments. I'm pretty sure we talked about it before, but y'all will put the backstory in the comments. But that little pep talk that Marlo gave to her, I really liked it. And she said, let this be the last time that I have to tell you, Basically, Marlo was telling her, bitch, know your worth. Don't forget who the fuck you are. Especially compared to Tyrone. And she was like, I can tell that you really love him. She said, I do. And she was like, you need to just block his number and be done with him. She said, but I don't know if I'm ready to let go. And then when she brought up her daughter, she said, what if your daughters would have did something like this? What would you say? And that's what hit home to her. Because, she like, my daughter's probably like, why is my mama allowing herself to go through some shit like this when she wouldn't allow me to go through no stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? She had a little cry session, and, it was all to the good. And they went to go get massages. I was about to say masseuses. Massages. That was a nice thing. Baby, with this show, you got to be goddamn careful when you give out compliments to somebody, because they going to do something to take that shit right back, okay? Now, they get to, Sonya having her little event. Ooh, excuse me. She got her mama there, Candy and them show up. Everybody show up, okay? That's fine. Mama Joyce is there, cool. The mama's connected and everything. But they started doing a little cooking. They doing a little wine off, and that was cute or whatever. We do get into the fact that, Drew not gonna be there. And Marlo said, I wanted Drew to come. I told her to come, but if she not here, she not here. It is what it is. So they get into this whole situation. Now see, Sonya, what I don't get is, you said that was a professional thing, but still, the Mommy Nation stuff was a professional thing, but you brought your friends, okay? Or the people that you consider a friend or whatever. One didn't even know that they was there to do professional business. They just thought that they was there just to be there, Kenya, And so you still, what I don't understand is, you still wanted to invite Drew to hash it out in front of your people and all the girls yet again? It just don't make no sense to me. That's one. Okay? But see, Marlo gets there. Sheree is there, and all of a sudden, it's like Marlo and Sheree versus everybody else, because they get on Kenya, for the simple fact that Kenya didn't show up to Sheree's thing the day before because she was sick, and like she said, well, she had a face full of glam. Sheree was like, but you had a face full of glam, because she got that from Marlo. She said, I had a face full of glam because I was getting ready to come over there to the little event that you was having for you, but the doctor told me I needed to get a test to make sure that I wasn't, positive for Miss Girl. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about to bed. And so that she won't get nobody else sick. Understandable. And they kept on going back and forth about, well, why would you have you had a face full of glam to go see the doctor? And like Kenya said, bitch, I said I was on my way. I'm getting ready to come to the event. That's why I had glam on. So I had to go to the doctor. The doctor had to come over and tell me what's up, And I was like, what's so hard to comprehend about that? Then, they get up in their feelings about the fact, Sheree, I don't like people like, oh. It's just, you should have been there for me, and you should have this, and you should have that. It ain't all about you. I know you had your little issue with your little man or whatever, but you brought that on yourself. And I'm gonna tell you why you brought that on yourself. Because this ain't the first time somebody done told you that nigga ain't shit. People been telling you that nigga ain't shit since when we first heard about him. Bitch, Nene told you the nigga ain't shit. Okay, so you decided to let yourself stay up in that situation. You decided to set that scene up. At this point, I'm gonna say you set the shit up. Okay, because you was nasty in this scene, and I just didn't like it. I really did not like it. You allowed yourself to be put up in that position all for a fucking scene to get back on this damn show. There, I fucking said it. Okay? So, no, whatever sympathy I felt for you, I just take that shit back, because you was real disgusting at the end of this episode. Coming at Kenya because she was sick and she couldn't be there either way. But also, Kenya, you should have stayed your ass at home, because you coughing everywhere, whatever. And nobody got time for that, okay? And y'all dealing with food. You possibly should have stayed your ass at home and set out both events. If you would have known, I'm pretty sure she probably would have, if she would have known that this shit would have popped off. Meanwhile, Sheree getting all up in her feelings because Candy didn't say nothing to her about the Tyrone situation, because Kenya said, I told Candy about it already, because they was like, did you know? And she was like, I was waiting for you to tell me. That's what it was. And I understood where Candy was coming from. But, now we're going to flip it as to, well, just like when you didn't tell me that Drew was saying all this stuff, you ain't come and talk to me about Tyrone. Well, sometimes when people going through stuff or whatever, sometimes they just want to be left alone. So if you really wanted somebody, that's probably what she thought. I don't want to bombard you or whatever, and maybe you didn't want me to hear the information from secondhand person. Maybe I'm sitting here thinking that if you wanted me to say something, you'll probably call me up like you called Keegan and be like, girl, this what happened. But you didn't. So how are you upset that she was waiting on you before she dispelled the information that she knew? I'm sitting here like, oh my God, y'all do too much up in these goddamn y'all be expecting too damn much. Like, what? Would you do the same thing for the next person? Like, it's just, Meanwhile, you're asking, Marlo getting in her feelings because, what's her name? Sonya feel like she close to Candy or whatever, and like, how you get close to her? Because it takes 50 years it took 50 years for me to get close to Candy. That's because you was talking shit all the goddamn time, bitch, and she can't trust your ass, and you still talking shit now. In present day, that Carlos King podcast, you said the exact same thing on that podcast that you said at that table when you sat down with goddamn. First of all, Marlo, you a negative ass person. The way you came up into the place or whatever, you're always talking about the environment. Bitch, you live in goddamn Atlanta. If you feel some type of way about the area, then don't show the fuck up. And quit talking so negatively about the streets, the place, this and that, and all this shit. It's just, you sit down and you're like, oh, they really did brought this, make a look at this. And I'm just like, stop it. That's why it took you so goddamn long to get a fucking peach at this point. Okay, like, she really turned me off. It's like you being a mean girl times 10 for what? For what fucking reason? For what? Oh, wow, that's interesting. For what fucking reason? Okay. Bitch, Kenya Moore just retweeted my Ain't that some shit? Girl, I don't follow her. But that's fine. Anyway, I be talking about people and they still be on my stuff. Well, anyway, moving on from that, it kind of threw me off for a second because I was like, what? You know, I think I blocked her on Instagram at one point because she tried to come. I'm probably gonna have to go back and unblock her. But no, this ain't got shit to do with that, with my feelings about this whole shit. Because when they went outside and Marlo, because even when they was going back and forth, Mama Joyce had to pop in because it was like, y'all need to shut this shit up. She said, what happened? Let that shit go. Okay? And then she told Marla, Sheree, block that motherfucker and keep him blocked. Okay? That's what you need to do. But when they went outside and they was talking shit about Candy and Kenya and talking about how Candy a hoe, she ran through and that's why she can't keep no man. Her pussy wasn't good enough or whatever. And then, you know, Kenya, she was a video hoe and she could never lock down nobody and all this stuff, all that. Just what? And then what was making it even more fucked up is, Sheree, you literally just said, I thought Candy was my friend. We've been friends for all these years. And it took one little incident for you to sit your ass outside. One little misunderstanding for you to sit your ass outside with Marlo and to be like, yup, sure enough, agreeing with what Marlo's saying. That's some fucking fake shit. Okay, and then you up here, Marlo, you up here calling them fake. But yet you talking shit behind their back instead of just saying that shit to their face. That's fake as fuck. I'm just sitting here like, this is disgusting as hell. Okay, you know, we supposed to be here supporting each other. And I know it ain't always going to be about support or whatever. And people can't always be on good terms. But baby, we ain't have to go that fucking low. Marlo, we can talk about your pussy mileage. We can talk about your mug shots. We can talk about all the shit that you done. Compared to what Candy done. Compared to what King has done, compared to what Song has done, compared to what Drew has done, I'm pretty sure they ain't have to go through all the shit that you, how many times you laid down on your goddamn, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn into that person because she did that shit. But anyway, Drew showed up. Drew, you should have stayed your ass out. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. I don't care how long this video is. I have shit to say. I'll see y'all later. Peace.